As photographers, filmmakers, as creatives, it's incredibly easy to let the world pandemic affect our life, especially creativity. Now don't get me wrong, I love the option of sleeping in, vegetating on the couch, eating copious amounts of unhealthy food, and having a frequent drink. Life is kinda simple at the moment. And if I tried to think about the positives, we probably haven't had this much time on our hands since we were kids. But if we're honest with ourselves, I feel most of us have no idea what to do with the time. It's so easy to let creativity slip away. Alright guys, Paul here, back with another video. I wanted to make this video for the simple reason is to not be bored, to have something to do. And I started racking my brain for things that I can do around the house to kind of keep my creativity up, keep my skills nice and sharp. Normally I'm used to going out around the city with my friends, photographing, going on little adventures. Basically everything that is not this. So start jotting down a list, start doing some of these things, and I just wanted to share them with you. So I've got four or five tips on things you can do around the house to kind of stay creative. Now it is tailored towards photographers, but it can be adapted to basically any other creative field. So let's get into 4 or 5 things for creatives to do. The first one is going to be super obvious. You might have already be doing it. You might already be doing it even outside of quarantine. But that is going through your old photo archive. If you think about it, we're all getting better. We've all went through our Instagram feed on old photos and we're like, oh, I could do a lot better than that. Well, now you can. Now we actually have the time to go through those Instagram photos that we didn't like, make them a bit better, give your feed a little more life, a little freshening up. A lot of us are photographers who like to go and shoot landscapes, portraits, but we really can't do that. We can't go traveling to far and exotic countries. So go back through your old photo library if you've not deleted them and see what you can pull out. And I guarantee you, because it happens to me all the time, that you will come across some absolute gems that you didn't even know you had. Yeah, so that's tip number 1. Go through your old photo archive, edit some old photos, give some life to your Instagram feed. Tip number 2, thing to do, is a much more practical thing, but literally if you've got a camera, any of us can really do it. And that's just getting creative around the house. We have a camera, we have ourselves, we can do some self-portraits. I myself got up like super early the other day, the sun was just beaming through all the bushes, creating like this nice slither of light, and I wanted to practice some self-portraits. So I took my camera out, set it up on a tripod, I just used my remote to take some photos. I just relied on the autofocus because I shoot Sony and we don't have flippy screens yet. So that's one thing you do, and it doesn't have to be portraits of yourself. Most likely you're stuck in quarantine with someone, they can't go anywhere, take photos of them. Slowly wear them down until, you know, they say yes.
It was a joke.
Now I've not managed to do this with my girlfriend yet. She don't let me take photos of her just yet, but she will one day. But if portraits aren't your thing, maybe you can practice some lifestyle photography, some flat lays, some beautiful flat lays. So that's tip number 2, is get creative around the house. So if you think about it, creativity really flourishes when there's restrictions on it. We get more creative. We're stuck in a house, what can we do? Let's move on to tip number 3. This one's a bit of a controversial one because, you know, people might take the piss out of it. But as far as the government says, we're allowed to go out for exercise once a day. Anyone else seeing the opportunity that I am here? Why don't you just pick the perfect time to go out? So me and my girlfriend want to go on our 1 hour of exercise a day. So we got up super early, found the long ranges, it's 5 minutes from our house, and just watched the sunrise. Got some absolute bangers, one of the shots I've been trying to get for a little while. All those different layers, you enjoying it? This is obviously a very touchy topic because people are going to take the piss with it, but me and you, we're smart, we're not going to do that. So that's tip number 3, don't abuse it. And this brings us into tip number 4, and that is just getting involved in your creative community. And there's a number of different ways we can do this. We can support our creative community, we can support other artists, photographers, other YouTube channels that are just starting out, people that we've found. We can go through their feed, we can comment, we can like, we can reach out. I myself have been reaching out to other photographers who are just kind of starting out and just leaving comments and just giving a bit more encouragement to keep them going, you know? Something that we're all doing is, because we're all stuck in the house for so long, a lot of people are creating new types of content. My friend Cameron, he's about to start up a new podcast series purely because he's got all this time on his hands. I'm going to be on it next week. If any of those things aren't taking your fancy, maybe you need a little bit more competition. Maybe you need something that's going to like bring your attention to it. There are so many competitions online. There is literally tons. Anything from like the FFA competitions, the free-for-all editing competitions that multiple people on Instagram are throwing out, like the one I did in my last editing tutorial. So my friend Kyle Meshna, an amazing travel and landscape photographer, just released an amazing video where he's doing an FFA competition as part of a larger Instagram group, and they're giving away a Sony a7 III. What more can you want? We got tons of things to do. That's what we have here. 100% chances are, if you're one of the very few that are watching this video, you know of Peter McKinnon, but he just released like a photo challenge, and I think he's going to be doing one every week. This week's isolation. And if you need another thing, even though I've given you plenty, you can add one more thing onto that, which any of us can do. And we're always wanting to do it, but we just never have the time. And that is to learn and practice. Now, not myself, there are literally hundreds of YouTubers, big YouTubers, who are giving like months and months free away on Skillshare, along with all their amazing YouTube content that they already put out. That thing you've been wanting to learn how to do or get better at, what better time than is now? Even the things that we mentioned today, the self-portraits around the house, that's practicing. Re-editing old photos, practicing. Maybe try a brand new different style. There is literally a plethora of stuff to do. Really just keep our skills sharp. So that's it from me. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. But until next time, guys, peace. I'm gonna look at myself under normal light, like later on, and just hate myself. I might just light my entire house with a softbox. Thoughts? Does the audio sound better this week? I hope it does. Mike's like here. Oh, hey, bye. Is anyone else bored out there? Right, guys, I'm going. And this is something that I really care about. You thought this was the second camera, didn't you? It's not. Sketches.